Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today, let us continue this subject of Sun in different houses for Aries Ascendant. We are talking about the Sun in the 10th house, Sun in the Karmasthana. When Sun is itself a planet which gives absolute spirituality and one of the planets which actually gives you light into your life, that is good consciousness, it also is a karaka for the 10th house for doing your karma. So there are different lines of thought, schools of thought, wherein one school of thought, which is a very strong school of thought, which tells, even in Bhagavad Gita it has been referred to, is karma margena moksha. See, through the marga of karma, moksha is achieved. So, should we contemplate that people who do their work, all those who are working actively, will all get moksha? Because, if Sun is saying that you are going to achieve moksha through this placement of Sun in the 10th house, then should we say that everybody who is working, in their life will achieve moksha? The point here is to be understood that karma, without attachment to it, will give you moksha. It is like you should be worshipping the service. Here, if you are having a motive, of earning, and if you are working, that doesn't match with the theory of karma and through karma achieving moksha. This is different. So, let us come out of the philosophical topic of karma and moksha and let us come directly into the topic of 10th house for Aries falls in the sign of Capricorn. And if the Lagna is in the middle part of Aries, that means the 10th house midpoint is also in the middle part of Capricorn. So it spans through the whole Rashi of Capricorn. If it is on the edge of Aries, it will be either on the edge of Capricorn on either side. It depends. And then it will span through the other Rashis also. So the 10th house, if the Lagna is in the mid part of Aries, will span through from the mid part of Capricorn for the whole Rashi of Capricorn. And Capricorn has Uttarashada Nakshatra 2, 3, 4. These are the padas, that is the quarters, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. Then you have Shravana 1, 2, 3, 4. These both are nakshatras pertaining to Sun and Moon, two luminaries. Then you get Dhanishta 1, Dhanishta 2. So this is Mars. All three are fast moving planets, extremely active planets, Sun, Moon, and Mars. And this particular Rashi of Capricorn is a Chara Rashi itself. It is a fast moving Rashi. Chara Rashi with fast moving planet Nakshatras in it and a fast moving planet like Sun in it, from the Ascendant sign, which is also a Chara Rashi, will give extraordinary Raja Yoga. It's one of the best Raja Yogas for Sun to be in. Though Sun does not like the house of Saturn, Capricorn, but still, this is one of the best combinations for Sun to be in because it achieves Dikbala and it gives excellent service. So these people are very strict to whatever they are doing. So they get government service. They will start with a low rank because a little bit of Karako Bhavana Shaya happens with Sun in the 10th house. I have seen that in many charts. Sun gives very high ranks in the starting itself if it is in the Ascendant of a native. And 4th and 10th it will keep giving you, middle ranks and lower ranks, and then this person reaches to the top with lot of hard work. So then this is also because sun is posited in the sign of Capricorn. A Capricorn is a slow and steady moving Rashi, when the other properties of Saturn and the 10th house is included along with the Chara Rashi and the Tattva. The Tattva is a Prithvi Tattva. Agni, Prithvi, Vayu, Jala. So the Agni is Sagittarius and Prithvi means Capricorn. So that is why this is a very stable Rashi with regard to getting into a job and staying in that job for a longer period. So they will be there for a longer period. You do not have, they will not suddenly leave the job and go anywhere. So they will be satisfied with their job, and once they are satisfied with their job, they will be there. So they are a little stubborn with regard to their behavior, because once they understand that this is how it has to be done, they will not suddenly get into the modernization of the job. So this we have seen when computerization was there, which was introduced in companies, very recently, because I have seen that myself, that people who had 10th house sun, particularly that from Aries Lagna, one or two charts I could get it. I saw that these people did not want to adapt that fast, because they wanted to be there in their own style of working. They did not want to change that. So that is how we learn, observation is the key to knowledge. So a little, the behavior also is sometimes miserly. They start accumulating, and they are into their own content life. But miserliness comes if Mars is weakly posited. Let us say it is weak and it is opposite to this particular Rashi, it is debilitated, then miserliness will be a little prominent. So they can also get into jobs of factories, industries, and also like public sector units, quasi government, aided projects, these types of fields, and they are happy with their job. They are worried about their portfolio. They go in the morning, they work all the hours, they don't unnecessarily waste their time, and they come back. So they love to take a job in the field. This is a luminary oriented. Nakshatras are all bright nakshatras: Uttarashada, Shravana, and Dhanishta. These are all strong nakshatras. Beautiful, strong, and aggressive nakshatras. Shravana is a very peaceful nakshatra anyway, but I am telling you that it is a beautiful nakshatra. Shravana nakshatra. Aggressive nakshatra is Dhanishta, and Uttarashada nakshatra, it's a very active nakshatra. So the placement of sun there will usually ask them to take up a job which is working in the field directly, like a civil engineer, like installations, going for installations, oil rig installations, solar power installations, factory jobs, marketing jobs. So they would want to keep going around. So these people love field job. Okay, and this is also because this is the sixth from the fifth house. So taking the fifth house, that is Leo. So we need to understand the lordship of sun for this particular point. Lord Sun is the fifth lord from Aries, and from there it has moved 6 houses. And the sixth house for Sun is a Upachaya Sthana, and it's an excellent position. So sixth from fifth, 10th from the Ascendant, double Upachaya Sthana placement, beautiful placement for Sun. And if the dispositor Saturn is well placed, let us say it's exalted, that is Sun in Capricorn and Saturn is in Libra, he has Sasa Yoga and he has the 10th Sun. What a great combination. If the Lagnadipati is very well placed along with Jupiter or something like that, giving rise to another Raj Yoga, this person can rise very high in politics, or he can become a head of an institution, get into a job like a judge, an advocate of the Supreme Court or something like that, very high level jobs, rank in the military or the police, he will go to very high rank. So this is the one of the best positions for Sun to be for Aries, and being the fifth lord in the 10th house gives rise to Lakshmi Narayana Yoga. So I have a little bit of change here because people keep telling the other way around, but let me tell what I tell. So I usually take the trikonas as the Narayana, that is the fifth and the ninth, and 1, 4, 7, 10, the kendras as Lakshmi. Lakshmi is dharma, artha, kama, moksha, but still the kendras are for materialistic ihaloka, that is earthly achievements. Fifth and ninth is more for realization of your life and this lifetime in this birth. So when the fourth lord and the fifth lord join together, I call it Lakshmi Narayana Yoga. Here it is the fifth lord, that is the lord which represents peacefulness, spirituality, the Narayana. That is what is Narayana as per me. And when it sits in the house of Lakshmi, that is the 10th house, which is again the one of the strongest kendras. 10th is the strongest kendra. So it gives rise to Lakshmi Narayana Yoga because the Trikonadipati is sitting in the Kendra Sthana. So it is also one of a very strong Raja Yogas, and this Raja Yoga will give a lot of materialistic luxuries, fame, recognition in society, and also a very good platform to do service. And once again, I will repeat this point that the fifth lord has moved 6 houses and is sitting in the 10th from its own sign. This is very important. From its own sign and from its sign of Mula Trikona. This has to be seen. Mula Trikona for most of the planets is its own sign, except for Moon, which actually is Taurus. So, other than that, everything else is fantastic for this particular placement. And these people might go through some difficulties in their job if the transit of Saturn is happening over it, or there is Rahu which is transiting over that particular place of Sun. So these people might go through some difficulties with regard to their job and also with regard to parental property or with regard to their father, because it is the 10th house karma. You need to go through some prarabdha karma when Sun in the 10th is having a shadow of Saturn or Rahu over it. So I hope I have covered few topics only. So thank you very much for today's class.